is 247-365. Meaning we stay grinding 25 days. I hope everybody's having a great day. Happy Thursday, man. I don't even know what day it is, y'all. I just woke up like Lisa's ready to kill me. I took a long nap, and man,
back when I was a young man growing up in Southeast Arkansas, I had visions, I had goals, I had dreams, I had things that I wanted to
see. This is what kind of day I'm having today, y'all. This is what kind of day I'm having. And without any further ado, what is going on? Welcome to Investing with Rod. I am your host that sometimes does the most. And on this channel, we talk about stocks, we talk about crypto, we talk about exchange traded funds or ETFs. And more importantly, we talk about showing you how to invest on a budget. You got $5, $10, $20, and your boy is going to show you exactly how to do it. And tonight I am blessed to have Lisa J. Stocks. When I first came across this young lady, I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, Stock Up with Larry Jones. And he mentioned Lisa J. Stocks. And we're talking about a guy that got 700,000 subscribers. And I'm like, well, who is Lisa J. Stocks? Who is this person? And I started watching her, man, and I was extremely impressed. And then next thing I know, she's kicking it with Keenan Grace. She has Prez the Investor. And I'm like, man, I want to be like Lisa when I grow up. I want to be like her when I grow up. How can I be down? But I want y'all tonight to give a warm welcome for Lisa J. Stocks. This woman is phenomenal. If you have any questions, please do me a favor, put some type of emoji, put a $sign, a money bag, a heart, whatever you have, put it up there. And that way I know that the questions are coming in. And with that being said, I'm going to make sure she's ready. I'm going to give me the thumb up. She's ready. And without any further ado, y'all, let me bring up Lisa. How are you doing, my sister? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on, Rod.
Oh, no. Thank you for being here, man. You are the superstar. You know, I'm just a little bitty Rod. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a little bitty Rod. And it is an honor and a pleasure to have you here. And I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day to be here. And let me look at something here. Okay. Music is loud. Okay. And we got Pipeline Podcast. We got Prez Investor. We got a brother of a certain age. And Denise Joe, we got 6 real homies in the crib. And y'all, this is not going to be an interview. This is going to be more of a chop it up session. I want to pick Lisa's brain a little bit, but this is not an interview. This is not a points blank experience interview. This is not a PBT interview. This is going to be more of just her and I just talking. And I'm not going into where she's from and all that good stuff. I just kind of want to, I want to know, because I've watched her channel and I've watched several of her videos, and I kind of want to know her method of investing, because I want to be better. I want to invest in a different kind of way. So, Lisa, my first question is, what made you start investing?
Okay, so investing for me started with my retirement account at my job. So that was the beginning. And if that's all you do, just do that. And that is plenty if you stay consistent and really do that. But In addition to that, a few years ago when we went into lockdown and my life was going through a lot of turmoil, I started to invest in different ways. That's when I purchased my first investment property. And I think my eyes really became open to, I had been laid off 2 times and I was just ready to make a change and maybe not have to rely 100% on corporate America. Maybe find a way to have a different life for myself and retire early and focus on different things. So with that, I said, I'm going to need bridge accounts. I'm going to need more investments that I can touch before I am 67 years old. So let me focus on the real estate. Let me focus on the dividend paying stocks. Let me focus on building up more, making sure that all of my money is working for me, whether it's, investments, real estate, everything. I wanted every last dollar working for me because I knew I have to do more in order to get my life on track the way that I was foreseeing that I wanted a change.
Wow. Wow. So you started with your job. At what age did you start investing?
About 19. I've been working full time since I've been 19. I had my daughter in high school, my first daughter. So I was a mom already. I finished high school, graduated from high school when I was 17 and went straight to college, but I wound up dropping out of college after about a year and wound up going to start to work full time. So all that happened by the time I was 19, I was working full time. And then from then on, I had to balance working full time, going to college at night and weekends, and taking care of my family for nearly the next decade. But at the same time, I was contributing to my 401k.
So you dropped out of college. Did you ever go back to college? Or
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Throughout my 20s, I was working full time, but still going to college at night and weekends.
And so you have a degree now?
Yes, I have 2 degrees. I have my undergrad in finance and business administration, and then I have my master's in accounting.
Great minds think alike. Now, I couldn't mess with accounting, but my degree is in business with a minor in finance. Accounting was, after accounting 1 and 2, I was like, I'm done with accounting. I can't mess with this. I can't do it. But man, hats off to you, Lisa. Salute to you. Wow.
But it took till I was nearly 30 to get all of that done. When I should have been done at about 20, 21. But that's not what matters. It got accomplished.
Well, I got my degree when I was 48. So you did a great job. I was 48. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get it one day. I promised my mom. My mom was an educator and she was huge on education. And she told my younger brother and I that if you don't do anything, get a degree, and I worked hard and I joined the Navy and said, yeah, I have to do this. I have to get this degree. I have to for her sake, because she stressed it so much. So now when it comes to investing, which do you prefer? Do you prefer stocks or do you prefer ETFs or exchange traded funds? I'm just curious. Yeah, and I'm gonna pick Lisa's brain. I'm not gonna go the Points Blank experience deep, but I'm gonna pick her brain because I have so many questions I've been wanting to ask her and I haven't had opportunities. So
I would say half and half, or maybe 60-30, because there's some other things that have to get mixed into it. But I would say maybe more than 50% ETF and then the other things.
So of all the investments you have, I think I may know the answer to this, but I'm asking for the people in the back. What's your favorite investment?
My favorite investment. Oh, I would say, can I give three?
Yeah, you can give three.
My favorite, I would say some of my favorite investments. Apple, I went heavily on Apple. So and VTI are two of my favorite investments. If you'll let me do one stock and one ETF, I'll do those two for now.
And you do a thing on your channel, y'all. Please, if you really want to learn about investing and you want to learn about diversification, please go to Lisa's channel. She came out the gate on YouTube running. Please go over and subscribe to her channel. I'm going to say that before I even say subscribe to my channel, but please go over to her channel and subscribe. And you do a thing, and I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I don't think I have the money to do it, but you invest $10 a day on VTI.
Yes, I've been doing that for nearly 700 days now.
Oh my God, y'all, 700 days, $10 a day. And, you know, I watched you and Prayers the Investor, and I love what Prayers said. Prayers said, if I miss a day, I invest twice the next day, you know, and I'm like, and it is good to see people of color get into this, but $10 a day, and you've been doing it for 700 plus days. What made you choose VTI? No, now, in case y'all don't know, VTI is the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. It's the entire market. It's like 3,678 stocks or something like that. What made you choose that one?
So I'm a member of Keenan Grace's Discord, and at the time, he kicked off the $10 challenge. And I saw it as an opportunity for me to build up the ETFs, just like you asked me, what is my preference? I felt that my portfolio was heavily into individual stocks. So I said, okay, for this challenge, here's my opportunity to get focused on building up an ETF, but I just never stopped. So it was probably a $10 a day for 10 weeks, but I've just never stopped doing it since I started that 10-week challenge. I just kept on going with it until now. I think I'm at week 97 or so.
Wow. And one of the things I noticed you said, I've watching your channel, is I've heard you say you can't invest in everything. Like, a problem that I have is I can't count how many investments I have. And 1 minute I want to be in JP Morgan, and next minute I want to be in Walmart, the next minute I want to be in Google. And you don't do that. You keep a core investment portfolio, and I love that about you. How do you choose the stocks or the investments that you just say, okay, this is going to be my core. I'm going to stick with these. I'm not going to go bananas. I'm not going to have 55 different investments. How do you go about doing that?
Well, I think what you're referring to that I say from time to time is like that it's a little bit overwhelming for me. I can't necessarily. I like to build up my positions. Let me start like saying that. So it's not that I want to have one share of Intel and one of Google and one of NVIDIA. When I make my decision, I'm going to want to stick with it until, whether you focus on a share size goal or a dollar amount goal, I'm going to be building into it for a long time. So and like you said, you sound like you couldn't do $10 a day for so long. So if say another investment that you want to start to build up, say you want to make a commitment, I'm going to do $10 a week. into building up my Microsoft position or something. I can't make those type of commitments. I only have so much of a budget, and these are mostly my bridge accounts, my additional investments to my retirement accounts. So I can't do Intel, Nvidia, Google, Microsoft, and the list would just keep going. Broadcom. So I have to narrow it down and say, hey, which ones am I really gonna put the effort, put the money behind it, and focus on building it out. And for me, I would have very small positions in 10 similar type of niche type of content, companies, instead of just building the position size that I actually want into the few that I've chosen. So
my question, I've often wondered, because I've met several content creators that I rock with, the Meeting Eyes, I've met the Your Favorite Couples, Cooking with the Catchers, who recently hit 58,000 subscribers. What was it like when you met Prez?
It was really nice meeting Prez. I had gone down. I was in Times Square. I had driven down by myself, and I put my car in the parking garage. And it was funny because once I got down there, once I was in the city, I was like, okay, I'm gonna I had reserved the parking space. I put my car in the parking garage, and I started walking around. I'm walking in Times Square, and I'm already like looking for Prez. Like, am I gonna run into him out here? But when I actually got to meet him in person, it was great. That's the only one time that we met in person, and I was really looking forward to it. Because just like you're saying, like, I know you've gone on cruises and gone places and met your content creator friends, but you really feel like people that you've encountered this way, that you go to their live regular, you feel like they truly are friends. And it's just so weird that you never met in person, but it was great meeting him.
Well, I must say, I have a lot of respect for you and Prez. I love how real Prez is. That guy is so. Both of y'all are so intelligent. It blows my mind just to hear y'all speak. And some Sundays I may be busy and I can catch y'all. Some Sundays I can't catch you. Some Sundays I can. But y'all are phenomenal. Y'all are phenomenal. And now, when you went to the NASDAQ, whatever that thing was, and you got a chance to meet Larry and Keenan, I'm still trying.
That wasn't my first time meeting
Keenan on the show. How did you get Keenan on your show?
I asked.
Oh my.
Have you checked out my interview? Excuse me. Have you checked out Miles Youngblood's channel? I did a interview on his channel. Have you ever checked him out?
Miles Youngblood? No, I haven't.
No, okay. So he has a podcast. He's had Chris Sane, Larry Jones, Keenan Grace, Stocks with Josh. He's had all of them. He's interviewed all of them. He's interviewed me. And I think he opened up his mouth, and I mean he is in the content creator. He does have a service that he interacts with these people, but he opened up his mouth and he asked. And I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Rod. You got to shoot your shot. You got to shoot your shot.
Well, I shot my shot. And you know what? You said something to me. You said, hey, Rod, reach out to Larry. I mean, not Larry, Keenan. It was something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but you was like, reach out to him. And I did. And he responded back. And I was like, yo, I was like a kid in a candy store. I think
it was something to do with the option. No, it's not options.
It was something.
And I was like, share it and tag him in your story on Instagram or something at least.
Oh my God, what was it? You told me to reach out and tag him, and I did. And
I'm gonna share Miles' channel to you. The interview is not out yet, but Prez has been interviewed over there also.
What?
Prez is over here making a joke that my favorite investment is Disney. I was like, no, oh no.
See, I had Disney, and now I gotta. Prez is stuck on Nike. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm like, no,
He's not. But I'll let you all talk about that when he comes up here with you.
So
you got to remember, Prez has different levels to his portfolio. Some of his allocations might be a 1%, 5%, you know?
If you don't mind me asking, Lisa, and not trying to get deep in your business, what is your biggest holding? What is your biggest investment, your largest investment?
In retirement or in my taxable accounts?
Both.
In my retirement account right now, I would say it's FXAIX. Mm-hmm. And in my personal accounts, Apple.
Wow. You made me purchase. I purchased some FXAIX. I purchased some after watching your video through the Fidelity. And I think I only made one purchase, but it's amazing how you watch someone and you say, hey, this individual, they know what they're talking about. They know what they're talking about. Let me follow suit with what they're doing. And I purchased some, and I don't know if it's up or down. I haven't really went back and paid attention to it, but
yeah, I'm not sure. I have over 700. That's for retirement.
700 shares?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So do you have a certain allocation that you put toward investing? Like, I mean, is there a certain percentage, like 20% of your income or 30%? I mean, and if I ask anything that's too deep, please just say, hey, no, Rod, I don't want to get into that.
No, I'll just say this. So for retirement, for the true retirement age, I was striving to be at 15% between what I was contributing, my employer match, and potentially what I should be receiving from 2 pensions that I should be getting from companies that I worked at previously. So I was striving to be at 15% for my true retirement. But I have my early retirement accounts that I also contribute towards. I couldn't tell you exactly what percentage I do there, but of my income. But, I try to just do as much as I can. There's also.
One thing I love is I always hear you speak of investing for your daughter now. Is there one daughter? Multiple daughters?
I only have one minor daughter. My other daughter is married and out of the house.
Okay. So are you investing for the minor daughter?
Yes, only her.
I love when I hear you say that. Now, has she caught that investing bug? Has she caught the Lisa J Stocks bug? Is she like into it or?
No, but she understands though. But I can't say that she's into it. But she does have an understanding. I have given her, $20. Right now she has $50 in there that she needs to invest. But she knows how to go in there and invest. If I say, okay, here's $20, say I say here's $100. 20 is for investing, 80 is for you. You got to put the 20, you're going to put 20 in here, $4 a day into VTI. She can do it,
Wow.
Because I want her to physically know how to navigate the website and do that. So
I'm so impressed. I mean, hopefully you'll be able to get in the house or get to the next room, because I don't want to make your head too big. But I'm very impressed by your just everything you do as a mother, as a entrepreneur, as an investor. I'm very impressed. So now you mentioned something. You were. I was watching a video and you were. No, it was a reel. I think it was a reel, and you were talking about In Living Color in the Jamaicans. Are you of Jamaican descent?
I am. Yeah, Prez was saying. Prez was making a joke. He was trying to say I was like Tommy on Martin show.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you better put me more closer over to Hey Man, he said it was called on In Living Color. I said, no, don't put me over there with that. You better move me more over to that side. not that extreme that I come in the house and I walk right back out to the next job, but yeah.
So you don't have the accent though.
I was born in the United States. I'm the first generation born in the US.
Oh, okay.
But all of my, both of my parents, my parents, grandparents, my parents met here in the United States. So
okay.
So I'm first generation, but it's the only heritage that I.
Now I'm gonna go a little different here because I don't hear you speak much on this. But what are your thoughts on crypto? Are you invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum or?
Yes.
She said yes. Yes.
Yes. I have nothing against Bitcoin and Ethereum. I invest into both of those. And pretty much I do hold Shiba Inu, and I don't believe that is an investment like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I do hold some SHIB. But I think that crypto, I'm not against investing into crypto, but it is probably only 5 or 7% of my portfolio.
Okay.
But I wish it was more. I wish I had my eyes more open when Bitcoin was really, beat down. But it is what it is.
See,
I'm open to it. I do have accounts where I have the flexibility, but a lot of what I think crypto, you have to have a balance, just like with your investing. Your crypto, you even more so. I think you really have to have an understanding as to what you're investing into. Is it an investment or is it a trade? And most of the coins out there, I do not feel are investment worthy. So be mindful of that. Use a stop loss, have a plan. Don't just throw money in here and just think, oh, I'll just let it. I'm not one to say, even if it's $100, I'm not throwing $100 in there and saying, oh, I'll just let it ride. That's not my way about going with my investing or trading. I'm not just throwing it in there and just see what happens.
Now, my girlfriend and I really, and I think you may be able to help us. And I'm not soliciting any business or anything, but we really want to get into options. And I saw Chris saying the other day made like, I forgot how much. I was like, oh my God. And so when it comes to options, I've heard you say you say you might get in the options for one day. You'll be in there one day and you out of there. You out of there. So when it comes to options, are you more nervous about options? Or are you comfortable with them? How are you?
I'm comfortable now, but it's not something. It's not like I'm new to it in 2024. So I've grown to where I'm at with it. But I'm not as versed in it as my friend Prez the Investor is. And that is something that I learned 100% from Keenan's course with inside of his Discord. So,
and his Discord is what, $10? Is it still $10?
No, I think it's the lowest tier might be 15 or 16 per month.
Okay, because I'm getting ready to go over there. I'm gonna join this.
Yeah, let me tell you, but it's not that he's just handing you the options. There is a class in there. There are multiple classes and self-guided classes, so you have to put in the work. But I can share more about that with you if you'd like on offline.
Please do, because
but with options, now you're over here saying that I'm over here in my option for a day. Like I think you're talking about one chat I was having with Prez one week. But overall, if I can be in and out of my option in the same day or in the same hour, I'm totally fine with that, because you're the longer you're holding it, the more risk it entails. Your stop loss is not gonna work overnight, and time decay, and there's so many different elements to it. So yeah, I'm totally fine with being in and out of an option.
So Lisa, when it comes to your regular stocks, say not an option, but just your regular stocks, do you do stop losses there?
No, I don't. If it's an investment, if it's truly added into my portfolio as an investment, I do not. Like I don't have a stop loss on my Tesla stock. I don't. I'm using one of the most volatile things in the portfolio. So no, I don't. I'm not trying to sell my Tesla if it drops 20%. But if it was something that I added to my portfolio as a trade, then I would have to figure out that balance. Wow. Of how much am I going to let it go down. And it's not necessarily that if it goes down, I won't buy back into it, but I don't need, if I buy something, say at $100 per share and it drops down to 80, I can let it go and buy back at 60 if I'm so inclined that I still want this in my portfolio and I think that this company is going to recover. But do I have to watch it go from 100 down to 60? No, I want to have a better plan than that. But I know that takes more work and to sell and figure out a price to buy back in and then dollar cost average or have the money aside to just get your position back to where it was prior to it dropping. So if it's something that I want and I am committed to, then I'm going to have to put that work in. Whereas I think some people are just like, oh, I'll just hold on to it. We'll just, they don't want to do the extra steps.
We have a question here, Lisa, from Pipeline Podcast, and he's been rocking with me since my Points Money travel days. And he says, do you think the U.S. will always remain the sole superpower?
I need you to interpret that question for me. The U.S. will be the dominant in what? In what? In everything?
I'm just reading it because I don't know if we are the superpower. I don't know if the U.S. is still the superpower. I really don't.
I think yes. I think the U.S. will always dominate in most elements throughout the world. Yes, I do. But I don't know that I'm interpreting the question correctly.
I maybe I'm not either, because that was so. Hey, Pipeline, please reiterate that question. Maybe ask it in a different manner, because I want to make sure Lisa and I both understand what you're trying to ask.
And if you're talking about Chris, you gotta realize when it comes to options, it's what you put in is what you potentially can get out. I'm in the place right now where I'm starting to scale up my my options, like the amount of contracts or the amount of the size of my investments. So, what happened to Rod?
still here. I'll do that. I'll do that sometimes. I'll put you solo. I'm still
Oh,
here.
okay. Okay.
She don't
No.
know what happened to Rod. No, I'll do that. I'm sorry. I'm having an
Okay.
interview moment.
So, yeah, but yeah, things have just changed for me. I was like that interview that I was mentioning about with that I did with someone else recently. I'm watching it, and he still puts out some shorts from our conversation more recently, and I'm just like, oh wow, that was just last month, and I'm really a different person than I was last month. I've gone through some changes.
Now I have to ask, and I am gonna go into more of an interview mode. I'm not asking where you're from or anything, but what made you start a YouTube channel?
It was in the back of my mind for a little bit, but I went to I went to FinCon in Orlando a few years ago. And that's the first time I met Larry Jones in person. So Larry Keenan and Stock Mo spoke at that event. They had their own session. And I'll tell you, it was jam packed, standing room only, doorways full. And one of the people that was there in the audience with me was Mommy Trader. Do you know her?
Yeah.
Okay. So Shalise. So she was in the audience and she was asking Larry. Larry was answering her questions. She was sitting at a distance from me, and just hearing her ask her questions and talk about her channel, and what Larry was saying to her was, that he loved what she was doing, and hearing about her family and what she was doing and the accomplishments that she had achieved with her husband. And Larry was saying that there's space for all of us in content creation, is part of the answer that he was giving her. And he was saying, whether it's our age, our ethnicity, our gender, like there's room for all of us out there. And just seeing her, I wasn't following her at that time, and I couldn't even see her name on her ID. But I made a mental note of what she looked like and what she had on, because I was like, I have to go and meet Shalise when this is done, because it was so many people in the room. But I was like, I have to find her today. I have to meet her. I have to subscribe to her channel. And I think that day, and just being at that event, I was going to different sessions. It's a few day conference. So another one of the things that I went to while I was at that conference was to put out 30 days of content. And so when I came home from the event, I started doing these things, and it wasn't necessarily all stock market related at that time, but I put out 30 days of content, 30 days consecutive. And I started, and then, I just started to try to build up my following on TikTok. I tried to just be creative with doing different things on creating reels, and try to just get into the swing of things. And then, so that was probably around September, October. And then I just said it's time to do it. And I just started my channel in that December of that same year. But that day, I feel like that day was really, I had it in the back of my mind, but after that day, and hearing Larry talk and just being around certain creators and hearing what they said, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And at first some people were saying, I always planned on just having a definite niche, because I felt like this was something I couldn't mix with other things. So in time, I may do something else, but finance had to be a standalone thing, not trying to mix. On some other, on TikTok, you might see me, working out or eating dinner or something, but I can't have finance and fitness and all the different things mixed together. So this was the first thing I wanted to kick off.
Well, you're well spoken, and I think I've said that 2 or 3 times now. And one of the things that I admire about you, and I don't know how you do it. My goodness, man, y'all. Lisa will do a video. She'll do a live stream. She'll do a reel of the video. And it is just constant information. It's constant knowledge that you're putting out to the people. And I love that about you. I love the fact that your information is nonstop. It's never ending. I mean, you're constantly putting out stuff where we as a people, and I'm not speaking of a certain ethnic group or certain race or anything. We as people in general can constantly learn from you. You are amazing. You are amazing.
Well, Rod, I don't know what to say about that. As far as the amount of content, I don't feel like I do enough. Trying to step it up.
Are you serious?
This last week has been okay, but this week needs to be the norm for me, and it hasn't been. I need to do more. And I thank you for the compliments, Rod. I appreciate you, but
are you serious? You don't feel like you need to do more? Oh my God!
No, I don't think Miss V's here anymore. Right? I don't think she might have had to get ready for take her nap for work or something. But she knows me. There's something that I say is like, we have this little running joke. Like I say, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with myself.
Wow.
That means that's just my way of saying, we got to keep on going harder.
I love that, because when I first started, and all I had was Points Blank Travel, I didn't have the other 3 or 4 channels. And people used to say, Rod, you're the hardest working man on YouTube. And I didn't think so. I really didn't think so. I said, man, I could do more. I could do more. And then I lost my mind and created 3 or 4 channels. But I need to reach out to my daughters and have them tune into you, because I love to hear it from a female aspect, to hear how you're doing things and how you're preparing your daughter to say, hey, you got $20, $40, whatever, and afford or whatever it was, you're going to invest. It's amazing to me. So
yeah, I that's one that I have several messages, I guess, that I hope that my channel gets across. But really, as soon as you start working, invest for retirement, invest for your future. Your money is not going to grow sitting at the local Chase or Bank of America or whatever. It's just not. And you need to just focus on creating a budget. Do not spend everything that comes in. I really want to just instill in my daughter that when you earn money, when the money comes into your accounts, into your pocket, you have to take a portion of it to pay the necessities, but you also have to take a portion of it to make that money make more money. I want to just instill that in her. And the earlier you start, the easier it's going to be. And so many people are spending so much on material things. And if your child has a Social Security number, they are with you, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew, instead of all the gifts and tangible things that they can hold on to today, let's do some investing.
I was watching your, man, you do so much. I think it was on Instagram, and you had the yellow SUV.
That was an actual picture of my actual car in front of my house. Before that car, before I let that car go, I took that picture of that car because I wanted her to know that she was loved.
At first, I thought you said it's 2022. I was like, that don't look like a 2022. Then I went back and watched it again, and it was a 2002. And I was like, man, impressed. Once again, impressed.
You're impressed? I was rolling around the town in that old yellow truck.
No, yeah, I was impressed that you kept it. I mean, I don't know
listen, I went to the
yellow, but I mean,
I went to the auction, and that is what fit into my needs and my budget. And once I got it home, and it kept going for the next, I think maybe at least 6 years. That was it. I wasn't getting rid of it.
Wow.
But no, I said it in a joking way, but everything I said in that live was obviously it was true. I was teased because my friends they have BMWs and Infinity trucks and
But see, you now that leads to my next question. Do you have, when it comes to your investments, other than what is it? Financial independence, retire early.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, do you have a goal when it comes to investing? I mean, do you have something that you're trying to accomplish when it comes to investing?
When it comes to investing, I guess what I'm trying to accomplish is not having to work a full-time job. Okay. I don't know what to say. So yeah, but one of my names that I was contemplating before I settled on the Lisa J stocks was the Fire Investor.
I like that.
Yeah, I didn't go with that. And I actually like that I built Lisa into my name because, now everybody knows, at least knows they don't have to remember my name.
I like the Fire Investor. That's dope. Yeah.
I didn't go with that one, but yeah, no, like someone else asked me the other day, like, what is my ideal job? And I'm just like, no, I don't have an ideal job. I don't want to work. I don't want to work other than, doing what I have to do, managing my properties, assisting with family businesses. That would be enough for me.
Now you said managing your properties. You have real estate too?
I do have real estate, and I'm trying to get more. But
Lisa,
I work, but
I I'd be like you when I grow up. I mean, come on now.
I don't know, Rod.
You have, like, if you don't mind me asking, how many properties?
Just 2 additional.
Oh, just 2? Oh, I'm sorry, only 2. She only has 2, y'all. Just 2. Just 2.
But Rod, I'm just saying I need. Right now, I need all of the elements. It's not that one thing is generating me enough money that I can say, I don't need to work.
So when you growing up, Lisa J Stocks growing up, were you taught this stuff, or did you were you self-taught, or?
No, I'm a lot. Okay. So like I was sharing earlier, contributing to my 401k, thankfully I had the willingness to do that at 19, 20 years old. I'm working, and at that time, and not even having a college degree, I describe my 20s as being underemployed. Like, I was working, I was going to work. I worked in at a corporate office in a role that did not require a degree. But I think that my family and my friends, they didn't realize how I felt, and I wasn't really expressing how I felt. They saw me get dressed, go to an office, and I think that it gave them the perception that I was in a better place than I was, that I was more content than I was. But thankfully, I pushed through, like I've shared, and I finished college. And then I was able to actually get into a role and start to be able to apply for and get the roles in the company that required the degree and were really going to get me moving. I remember prior to when a little bit after I had finished college, I had obtained my first degree, and I was able to move into a certain role at the company that I was working at. And that one move got me a $7,000 increase. That's one of the largest raises that I ever had. I think that might be the largest raise I ever got in one shot, And from there, after that, once I got into that role, my life really, it changed, It got me out of those the kind of the rut that I would have stayed in if I hadn't finished college and I wasn't able to take on those, financial analyst, staff accountant, different those type of titles that that paid more significantly. So
I know, and one thing I've gathered from just speaking with you today is you really don't like a lot of praise. You're very low.
Who does, Rod? Who?
I do. I do. But you're very low.
I think most people are their harshest critic, or is that how you say?
Yeah, I'm a critic of myself, but I pump myself up too. But I am so amazed, and y'all, we are 53 minutes into this, and I'm not gonna keep Lisa on here past an hour because I know she's that 1 hour lady. You get an hour of her time, and that's pretty much it. But
Rod, this is your channel. I told you not to stress about it.
No,
but I appreciate you having me on, and I hope that me and you can do something over on my channel one day. Still, I know we didn't. I had to invite myself over here today. I feel like.
Oh, y'all! Let me tell y'all what. So, some kind of way, Rod thought he set his alarm, but he didn't. And Lisa called and said, "Are we still on?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we still on." I'm thinking it's like 5:00, and it was like 7:29, and we're supposed to be live at 7:35. I'm like, "Oh my God!" And I felt so bad, and I know my girlfriend just gonna talk smack when I talk to her, because I almost ruined this, y'all. And then Lisa was like, "Well, we could do this next week." Oh no, we ain't doing this next week. We're gonna do this now because it's hard to catch Lisa. No. But I'm just, every time I collaborate with someone or meet someone, and I'm looking at my battery flash now, and I'm gonna have to pull my other battery out. Every time I collaborate with someone or interview someone, I learn so much more about them. And I am impressed with Lisa J. Stocks. And please, y'all, I'm going to say this here. Matter of fact, Lisa, I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell us about your channel. Tell us what you do, only because I'm going to swap batteries real quick. And I'm going to put you on the screen by yourself if you don't mind.
Oh my gosh, Rod. Okay.
Well, you don't have to. I just keep talking. But
no, do what you have to do.
All right. So tell us about your channel. Tell us about yourself. I'm impressed, y'all. I'm extremely impressed.
Well, I'm a regular person. I assure you, I am just like Anyone out there watching, I just want people to not be intimidated about investing. It's not hard. Consistency is the biggest part, I think, in order to get yourself on track and really accomplish great things when it comes to investing. Pair that with investing into an ETF. You don't have to choose individual stocks. You don't have to give yourself all these different worries. Just start slow, start simple. Choose an ETF like one that I have shared already today that I really love is VTI, which gives you exposure to the total US stock market. And then set a dollar amount, set a day, set a recurring investment, and just stick to it for the long term and see what you can get accomplished. If you have a retirement account with your employer, get an understanding of what they offer, what the match is, and take advantage of that also. But if you want to do more than that, you can open up your own brokerage account and invest there. Those are investments that you can tap into when you want to, not when you're 59 and a half. And then same thing for your children, the children in your lives, whether they're your children or you can partner with the parents and create something for your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, whoever is in your life, your godchildren, instead of just all the video games and the iPhones and all those type of things. Allocate some money on those special occasions into their investment account. Have money put aside. Make sure you're taking advantage. Make sure all of your money is working for you. We have to have savings also, but have an understanding of what are the best rates for a high yield savings account. How much do you need to have in savings as opposed to having actually invested? And then, make a plan because we have to be ready. There may not be Social Security. There may not be a pension. There may not be the things that our grandparents and our family members are able to rely on. I often say, look to an older person in your family that is living the way that you hope to be when you're that age, and make sure that you are on track with accomplishing that for yourself. Is their house paid off? Do they, what are their expenses? How much money are they getting from all of the different investments, pension, all the things that they had lined up? Because we're living in a different world now. So are you back now, Rod?
I'm back. And prayers is wanting me to have one of these old school points play travel marathons, y'all. The longest interview I've ever done was 5 hours and 43 minutes.
One of my first interviews that I did with Miss V from Make This Go Viral and Big Rooster, was 3 hours. That was one of my first times ever going live.
What?
It was on a Saturday afternoon for 3 hours. Listen, my younger daughter, that her bedroom is like right there. There was tears after that live.
She was crying.
Yes, it was like, because I had been tied up for so long and she wanted to go to her friend's house. And I just like no one could do anything because I was tied up with this. Dinner, forget about dinner, forget about a ride, forget about everything.
I've done several 5 and 6 hour live streams, and I said I wasn't doing it anymore because I'm a firm believer in people will have fun watching the live, but when it comes to the replay, I'm not gonna.
There's no value.
Live stream. Mm-hmm. And Prez is over here. Hey, Prez, me and you gonna do 5 hours, bro. Me and you gonna do 5 hours. I'm telling you now, because Prez can talk. Prayers can talk and Rod can talk.
You and Fred have a great time. Maybe
Oh,
y'all will
yeah.
let me come up in the last hour.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, Lisa, you're more than welcome to join. Prayers can talk, and he said, let's run this thing into the pre-market. No, Prayer, man, y'all, I was so, and the crazy part is, and no, you know what? I think, Lisa, I did have my alarm did go off. I'm tripping off my alarm, y'all. I'm sorry.
Your alarm went off, and you said, "I ain't got nothing to do. Let me go back to sleep."
I did. I went back
to
sleep, and then I woke back up. Then I went back to sleep and woke back up, and I'm like,
"Oh well, we made it. We made it."
But
I guess this is the more calm channel. You said your interview on the other with what's controversial cruising?
Yeah, that was that one was last night, and no, Tuesday. It was Tuesday, and that, man, yo, I had 108 comments before I even started the interview, and it's been a long time. I think the most comments I've had in any interview I've done was Angie Pooh, my co-host, which we're doing a live stream Tuesday. We do the lunch convo. We had 1,343 comments. It was crazy. So I'm just right now I'm kind of, people always think I'm on 10, but I'm actually kind of nervous because just having Lisa. Lisa's a superstar, y'all. She's a superstar. She's a superstar. Hey, there she is. Speaking of my co-host, there she is, right there, Angie Putu. Greetings, everyone. Doing a drive-by. That's my co-host from the Point Blank Experience. That's my co-host. We will be doing a lunch combo this Tuesday on my other channel, the Point Blank Experience. And that's my co-host. Oh my goodness. She's in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. And man, I love that girl, man. We talked earlier. She's a little, I ain't gonna get into all that. She's a little sick right now. I just be telling her. Yeah, but man. So Lisa, is there anything that you want to share with the people before we get out of here?
No,
I don't have to go now.
I am good, Rod. It was nice talking with you, and I hope that I answered everything clearly, and I hope that this conversation is what you hoped and expected it would be.
It was beyond what I expected it to be, Lisa. You are a superstar. And y'all, she's close to 4,000 subscribers. She may be at 4,000. She may be at 12,000. I don't know. Every time I go on her channel, it's more and more. But y'all, please check out Lisa J Stocks, because I invest, and I'm learning from, as an investor, I'm learning from an investor. So please, y'all, check her out. And I'll send my closing remarks before we get out of here. I'm really lost for words right now.
I think you actually are a little calmer than that dropping boulders Rod that I usually watch.
I know, man. That's because you have me. I know. I'll
have to see when I'm in the audience watching you and Prez, how the two men, how y'all are up here.
Oh no, nope. I'm gonna be the same way with Prez. I'm gonna be there, and I tell you what, I'm gonna drop the link when me and Prez go live. And if you think it's any different, you come up and say, Rod, nope, this is not how we did it. you're more than welcome to come up, man.
Okay, we will see, but I won't come up until like hour 2. I gotta let y'all have y'all time first.
All right.
So I got my whole first hour alone with you, so I gotta make sure, you know.
Gotcha. And no, this ain't the dropping boulders ride. This is more of a chill ride. Only because I'm half asleep, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'm half asleep tonight.
Listen, Rod. I told you we could have postponed, but you was like, "No, we're gonna go ahead."
I ain't postponing with you, Lisa. Man, it's hard enough to catch you as it is. No, I wasn't postponing.
You're acting like I was making it hard for you. I gave you a couple of dates to choose from.
Yeah, and we were supposed to do the 22nd, but I had Scott the 23rd, and I did that. I was in the hospital not long ago, and I did. When I came out, I did 2 back-to-back live streams, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that again. So, but no, it was great. It was great. Okay. We got 7 real homies in the crib. Let me see. Make sure we ain't missing nothing. So, do you have anything that you need to say? And I'm gonna say my closing remarks as always.
No, I appreciate you for having me on. Thank you, everyone who tunes in. And like Rod said, check my channel out, and I appreciate y'all.
Well, she ain't got much to say, but I got a whole lot to say as usual. Now watch, I'm gonna get all talkative now. Once again, y'all, tonight we have witnessed greatness. I typically said it on Points Blank Experience when I close out an interview. Tonight was not an interview. This was more of a investment chit chat. Please do me a favor. Check out Lisa J. Stocks. We do not do the right thing with our money. And right now, when I look at Prayers and I look at Lisa J. Stocks and I look at Larry, and I look at the heavy hitters. I look at Larry and I look at Keenan and I look at Stock Mo or Josh Investment, Stock Josh or whatever. I can't remember all their names. But when I look at the Lisa J. Stocks of the world, and when I look at the Prez investors of the world, it reminds me of myself because we're the smaller content creators that are making moves in this investment space. Tonight we witnessed greatness. We had a woman, a mother, that's teaching her daughter how to invest at a young age. Please, 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 please take the time right now. Put your money, make your money work for you. Make your money work while you're asleep. And I really don't have much more to say. Only thing I will say is I'm going to continue to show y'all how to invest on a budget. And Lisa's going to continue to show you how she does $10 a day in VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Market Investment, and Prez is a huge contributor to VTI. Don't get caught slipping on the banana peel. With that being said, much love. Blessings to everyone. I hope y'all have a great evening. I hope you have a great week. And I will be coming at you soon, dropping more heat, dropping more fire, dropping more knowledge, but more importantly, showing you how to invest on a budget. Make sure y'all tap in. If you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, blow on it, kiss it. I don't care. Matter of fact, I haven't said this in a while, and I usually say it on Points Blank Travel. Share the channel out. Share it with people you don't like, because if they're busy watching me, they ain't got time to be messing with you. And with that being said, much love, y'all. Peace. All right, so we are out of here, Lisa, and I ain't doing no music. I'm just gonna hit the end button, and I'm not gonna hold you up. It's been a blessing to have you here. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.